welcome back to another video. It's Manga Fairy. In today's video, we're going to be doing a really quick discussion about the latest Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest chapter, chapter 50. I'm super excited to get into it because I really did like this chapter, spoiler alert. But before I get into that, there will be a poll in the top right-hand corner where you guys get to rate the chapter 5 stars down to 1 star, anything in between. You guys know the drill. Aside from the obvious about knowing what each other think and me knowing what you think, I think it's a really cool way to gauge how the story's doing. So I can look at polls from the beginning of this arc and see how they're doing compared to the end of the arc, if that makes sense. It's a really cool way to show and have statistical data on how the story is progressing and what people are thinking about it, which I think is super, super cool. So if you could please take part in that, I would really very much appreciate it. Also, if you end up liking this video, go ahead and hit the like button down below and consider subscribing because I do make videos about all of these different topics right here. So if you see something that you might like, go ahead and hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell because you will be alerted of all of my new videos. So getting into the actual chapter itself, we start off with a color page, which I'm just a sucker for color pages in general. Let me know what you guys think of them in the comment section below. Are they useless? Are they pointless? Do you guys really enjoy them? Personally, I wish we could have more colored pages because it just adds a little oomph to the story, in my opinion. But we have Toga on that first page, and she looks absolutely insane. She's obviously very ready to take the power from this dragon. Or so she thinks. We move on to the second page, and there's yet another colored page. Very usual of Fairy Tail, the same kind of poses, nothing new. But then we go on to the third page, and this is where we see the city being destroyed. Jesus, my allergies are killing me. And this really worried me because I thought, like, so what's going to happen to all the people? What's going to happen to the people that were in Fairy Tail, like, the guild? Like, what's going to happen? Like, are they all just, like, collapsing? And we recently, I think last week, had a really gruesome Eden Zero chapter with someone potentially getting really hurt. So I was like, is everything involving Hiramashima just taking a really dark turn? I was really worried because I had just read that chapter. But as we know, something else happens. So moving on to that part, we find out that the people of this city aren't actually people, they're seeds. And they're a part of Aldron's, I think I want to say Aldron's. My translation shows Aldron's. Power in a sense. So the orbs are what was keeping Aldron in check. It wasn't something you break all the orbs and he just dies or his magic gets released to whoever. It's literally they were keeping him in check. Somebody gave Toga that misinformation. So when she broke all of the orbs, the seeds returned to Aldron and made him max power again, which personally I'm like, yes, cool. Because it was kind of confusing that Aldron was like so docile and kind of absent, if that makes sense. Like, he was a dragon but he wasn't doing anything. It is concerning because now what's gonna happen, because he's huge, like I think we forget like just how huge he is. So what exactly is gonna happen? How are they gonna take this dragon down? Do they need to? Because the people on, okay, hear me out. If he was an evil dragon, which he could be, I could be completely wrong, but if he was an evil dragon, wouldn't the people or the seeds that were on him been way aggressive towards people just living or being on his city, like Fairy Tail and just normal people being in the city? Wouldn't they have been like aggressive? I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that like they were sealed away. But then again, even when they were growing back into Aldron, like they didn't seem mean or anything like that. So maybe he is just like a more docile kind of dragon. Like, he doesn't hold any ill will towards any like human. He just doesn't like when people come messing with him. Maybe. I hope so, because I don't see a possibility of them really taking down in a mountain of a dragon. So that's just my thing. But I did like that they were very original in the fact that the people were seeds. Like, getting back to the main point, that was really cool. And I don't know, that was just a really cool original idea. Like, I don't have much else to say about that other than like I really appreciate that. And I think that it's the first thing since Fairy Tail that I'm kind of like, yeah, like I like that a lot. And it's not like messing with any like Fairy Tail lore, because you guys know I have a problem with the dragons being a thing, but if we're gonna have more original ideas like this, I'm totally here for it. Then we have a couple cool panels of Aldron himself. And again, he's like bigger than the mountains in these pictures. So that's really intimidating and that's kind of concerning again. Then Juvia gets her magic power back, which means that everyone who was whited out is returned to normal. I'm still kind of confused as to how Toga, she mentions that she lost her powers, and like that's a little confusing. I'm sure we're gonna get an explanation on it. But I'm just kind of like, how, why, and that's a good thing because it makes me want to read the next chapter even more so I'm just really eager. So the chapter did something right. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just like, I want to know how that happened and if all of her powers completely gone or is she just like in a weakened state, you know, something along those lines. We do have some funny moments like Loxus finding Urza being like, oh, like who beat her up, like I'm gonna like destroy whoever did that, and it's like, it's just like goofy moments within a more serious kind of situation, which is very fairy tale. So I really like that. Then we have Mest finally being helpful, and he's gonna go round everybody up while Natsu and Wendy deal with Toga. Again, I do want to know if she's just like in a weakened state, because if she is, Natsu has a chance. Also, if her power is gone, Natsu obviously can detain her, no problem. But if she's just in a like really quick weakened state and she can come back or she can still fight or whatever, that might pose a problem for Natsu. But Wendy is there also, so she can definitely separate Toga and the White Mage. So I don't know if this particular story arc is coming to an end really soon, because it seems like that. It seems like we're wrapping up all the loose ends. Then we cut to the White Mage or Toga saying, oh, like it's all this woman's fault. And I was kind of like, who are you talking about? And then the next page, of course, is where we start to see glimpses of this person. And when I first saw this person, I was like, is that like another relative of Lucy? Because just from the little panels, it kind of looks like Lucy, like a more adult Lucy. And then we see her kind of getting dressed, and like then the face didn't necessarily look like Lucy anymore. And then the final panel, I have some opinions. Her official title is 5 Dragon Gods, Moon Dragon God Selene. And I have some opinions. Okay. I love a moon dragon. That's a really cool, again, original idea. Not going back on what I said about dragons in a really old video of mine. But her design, it just kind of, it's a little underwhelming. It looks a little weird in my opinion. Like, if you look at Eden Zero's costumes and everything like that, there's a certain like flow to them, and the clothing always seems appropriate, and it just has like a certain like feeling. I mean, I guess like it just, the way he draws clothing is like so good, and like it moves, it feels like it's like real cloth, it's not a drawing, if that makes sense. This picture just feels weird to me. Like the headpiece and everything just kind of looks a little goofy in my opinion. I'm not saying that her overall like presence isn't cool. If I'm really trying to make commentary right now, like it just looks a little goofy to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this character design in the comment section below. I could be like the minority. I mean, I don't know. But I definitely think it's just a little strange. Overall cool, but just a little goofy at the same time. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this particular chapter itself. So if you ended up liking the video, go ahead and hit the like button down below and consider subscribing if you want to. I just wanted to leave you guys with this little message. I've been going through a lot lately, and the school year's picking up, and I'm sure a lot of you are going through stuff too. So if you guys are having a bad time, like, I'm sending you good wishes, and I hope all of you guys have a really good week, and I sincerely mean that. I feel like sometimes we just need a little like push to have a good day, so I really hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!